I'm gonna come out on stages with this song. Hey guys, happy Sunday. Let me see if I can. If you guys don't know, this song is my anthem. Like, this isn't my intro. We actually, you guys are going to be so proud of us. I know my intro. I didn't realize how long my YouTube intro was. I think it was like, right, like 40 seconds long. And somebody was like, somebody who does really good on YouTube, they were like, way too long. And so I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So we did it down to like 7 seconds. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me, yeah, enough. Let me see how I do. There we go. Yeah, so we did it down to 7 seconds, but that song is just like, it's just a vibe, right? Like, I see myself going on stages with that song playing on. I hope you guys had a great week. Sexy man. Okay, I need your name because I can't be calling you sexy man. Nika said, I tune in every Sunday to learn from you about things that I've never thought of. God willing, my husband and I will be moving to Florida next year and would love for you to be our realtor. Tony, okay. Cosette de Jesus, hola Alexis. Colombia, hi, I sent you a message last year on Facebook and you never answered. Last year? Hi, Fred. So with all we're trying to get that all situated with like messaging on like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all of that good stuff because I have a social media manager who handles all of that, and so we are trying to be cohesive. Man, we have a lot to talk about today. So much stuff has happened this week. We're gonna talk. Hold on. I don't even know what this banner stuff is. Hold on. Let's see. Show. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm still learning this platform that I'm streaming off of. Oh, no. Stay. Don't leave. I hope you guys had a great week, though. We have a lot to uncover today. A lot. So much has happened this week. I'm ready for this new week too. We have a tropical storm going on right now. I don't even know what's his or her name. What's the tropical storm's name? You don't know either? Yeah, I don't know either. Something would it be? Would it be? But we just have a lot of rain and wind. Nothing serious. Thank you to the man up above. All right, so it's already 5:34. Let's get into it, okay? Oh, hi, I'm on live. You want to say hi to everybody? All right, everybody say hi to Kit Kat. Say hi.
Hi.
Rocky. All right, go. Eli's in the kitchen. He is his. So, for those who do not know, Eli has autism. When he gets when he gets fixated on stuff, is like it's definitely like, so he absolutely loves Alfredo. Anything with Alfredo sauce, he absolutely loves. So right now he had Alfredo this past weekend and he's cooking Alfredo now. So he gets kind of like in these episodes where it's just like he'll have it every day if he can. And that's not something that I'm gonna take away from him anyway. So go ahead, do your thing, boo. Make Alfredo. I was looking for a home in Marion Oaks last year and wanted you to find one, and you never answered. I'm sorry about that. Message on Facebook. Yeah, sorry. Did you find the home? Yeah, Kit Kat, she is going to be a great agent. She already knows most. She already probably knows more than most agents out here. She is so, like, kids are such sponges, and and that's why it's super important for me to have her and have the kids involved in this business. Because, like I always say, it's not for me, it's for them and for generations to come. So, we have a lot to talk about, okay? Let's start. So, I'm going to start off by saying that, well, I want to talk about the buyer broker agreements. Again, I know this has been a conversation for the last couple of weeks. Just kind of want to harp on it just a little bit more. So, starting August 17th, 2024, buyer broker agreements, an agreement between your agent and yourself, has to be in place before you can see any homes. Okay. Now, something has changed along the lines of, so for example, most of the agents are realtors, they're a part of an association. Okay. Now, normally, the listing agent is the one who is negotiating the commission, and they're gonna, out of that commission, they're going to offer some of that commission to a buyer's agent. Now, number one, no one is able to put commissions on the MLS anymore. So agents have to pick up the phone. Hey, are you guys offering a co-broke, right? Co-broke to buyer's agents. Now, there's going to be some instances, right, where the seller is going to be like, no, I'm not offering any commission to the buyer's agent, right? I don't think, me personally, I don't see that happening very, very, very often unless that seller does not want to sell that house, right? Because number one, if the seller is not offering a commission to the buyer's agent, then that's going to have to be on the buyer, right? So let's talk about that real quick. So the buyer broker agreement, right, has to be done before you even show houses, before you even see houses, okay? And why I want to talk about this is because it's very, very, very important. So, for example, I had a beautiful couple. We were looking at houses, and I saw that one of the houses wasn't offering commission. Okay. So I called, I spoke to my client, and I said, hey, this is, they're not offering to pay commission, so then we have to negotiate that, right? And this is what I charge. So if we can't come to an agreement between the seller and myself and you, right, of what they're going to offer, then you would have to pay that percentage or pay the difference on what the seller is actually offering. Okay. So when it happened was I negotiated, and the seller was willing to contribute X amount towards my commission, right? But there was still going to be a balance. And so then the buyer would have had to cover that. Okay. And my buyer was like, let's do it, right? Because they know that I got you, right? Like, I'm going to go to bat for you. I'm going to protect you as much as I possibly. If I don't see something coming, then, we're going to adjust together, right? But that's why I mean is that you definitely have to make sure that if you're going to work with me, or if you have another agent, that's completely fine, right? But that you see value in your agent, that just in case you do have to come out of pocket, which is going to be rolled into the closing cost, the cash to close, right? That you're okay with spending, what X amount of dollars, right? For the most part, I don't see sellers not paying the closing cost. I mean, not the closing cost, the commission. But just in case, you just kind of have to know that, okay, unless you're like, you know what, I don't want this house. It's not even worth it. And then we'll move to the next one, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys really, really know that. I had a conversation with somebody this week, just letting him know that, you know, we have to have buyer broker agreement signed. Like I always say, I do not work with anyone who is not committed to working with me. And he was reluctant on signing the buyer broker agreement, and that's okay, right? I'm just not your realtor then. But you're going to still have to sign with somebody else when the time comes when you want to go see houses, okay? So that's that. If you guys have any questions about that, please put it in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer what I can. Now, let's talk about having grace for people, okay? There's always a lot going on. You don't know what's happening, okay? So let's do story time, okay? So I have a townhome in Ocala that I need to rent because my investors bought it and now I'm renting it for them, right? So I have to find a tenant. So I had a conversation with this potential tenant, and he wanted me to help him buy a house. However, when he sent me an email, his email went into my spam folder. So I'd never seen it, right? This is why I always tell you guys the best absolute way that I know that I'm going to be able to connect with you is through my calendar link in my YouTube, or call us and you'll get most likely Katrina, and she's going to go ahead and have you on. She'll connect us and we'll definitely have a conversation, right? So anyways, I was very frustrated because I'm like, wow, I missed this email. It was in spam. I did not know. I am human, right? I didn't check my spam folder. My assistant didn't check my spam folder. We didn't check our spam folder, okay? Anyways, he goes on to buying a house. Okay, it's okay. It is what it is, right? So, but he needs to build his house, right? So he needed a rental. Katrina's human. She's not an AI. She's human. She's actually from Staten Island, New York, where I'm from. So he needed a rental. So I was like, okay, I have this townhome, and my investors were willing to do a 8-month lease, what they were looking for. Okay, brand new townhome. Okay. So Saturday comes around and he cannot find the townhome. Mind you, sometimes the addresses get confused because it's a brand new home and all this other stuff, right? So he calls me and he's telling me, I cannot find this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to search the coordinates so that I can give it to you, copy it, and then paste it into Google Maps so that it's going to take you directly to the townhome, okay? He sent me a text message, not literally. He sent me a text message and he was like, Alexis, this is unprofessional that you gave me the incorrect address. And I'm like, hold on. Number one, it's not an incorrect address. It is the address, right? Number two, let's talk about this. Let's try to figure out a solution so I can get you to see the house, right? And that's why I gave him the address to the model home. I gave him the coordinates, right? So I actually had one of my partner agents going to go show him. So she went to call him like, hey, I can meet you wherever you are so that I can bring you to here. Let's come up with we're trying to help you here. And he hung up on her. So I called I text Katrina and I said, Katrina, I said, look how the universe works. I said, there's a reason that I didn't help him buy that house, right? There is a reason. And guys, if you looking for, listen, if you can't find an address, that's not on me, number one, right? But let's come up. I'm going to definitely help you get to this house. Even my partner agent was like, listen, I'll meet you wherever you are so that I can help you get to the house, right? And he hung up on her and all this other stuff. So the moral of this story is to let you guys know that let's work together. Let's work together. It's okay if you're lost. We got you. We're gonna, So anyways, and also the moral, wait. This is part 2 to the moral of the story. The moral of the story, what is for you is going to be for you, right? So that it was not meant to be for me to be his agent on the sale of his house. And now I know why. So thank you. All right. Now, that was the have grace. That was on my list. Okay. What I want to talk about, interest rates are going down. I am super excited, guys. You guys know that I am not a licensed lender. Okay. So I cannot quote you anything or anything like that, but I can put you in contact with one of my preferred lenders when you are ready. But interest rates are going down, and now is the time to, let's see what you qualify for. Let's get you into a home, because we all know once those rates keep coming down, the prices of the houses are going to keep going up, and there's going to be more competition, less concessions. Okay. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you, I text Katrina and I told her what happened. No, actually, because she could see what's going on, and she was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, "Listen, it wasn't meant for us to work with this individual." And I'm so happy. Like, seriously, at first I was frustrated because I was like, "How did I miss a spam?" But I don't check spam, and it really, it did work out. Like, no amount of money is going to no amount of money is worth my peace, right? And so if you're getting frustrated on getting lost, I could only imagine. So we good. All right. Let's talk about, so we talked about, remember I told you guys we're coming up with a lifestyle video, lifestyle YouTube. It's called Sunshine State Living. So that should be up hopefully this week. We just went to Silver Springs this past Friday, actually, and we went kayaking. Number one, you guys know that I am from the city. I never went my kids never went kayaking. Like, we don't know about that outdoor life, all right, until we moved to Florida. But still, so we went kayaking, right? And what I liked about Silver Springs is that they have tandem kayaks, right? So there's 8 of us, so we needed 4 kayaks. Okay, so we were trying to figure out how we are going to, who's going with who, right? So of course, Victor and Malachi went together. Okay, then Eli was like, "Mommy, I want to be with you." Everybody wants to be with mommy. They all wanted to be with me, right? But it couldn't happen that way. So the guy who worked there, he was like, "You're gonna have to have the big boys with the girls," right? So then Cassidy went with Aiden, and then Catalina went with Eli, and then Caleb went with me. So Cassidy got hit in the head with the paddle so many times, that poor girl. All you hear is her yelling at Aiden. They're yelling at each other. Mind you, they're not blood siblings. They are so much alike, though. It's not even funny, right? Now, then I have Eli. So again, Eli psychs himself out. And I'm like, "Papi, you got this. Like, don't worry about it, right?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it." I was like, "Papi, I believe in you, okay?" So he was like, "Okay." And then Caleb is chilling because Caleb wanted to come with me anyways, right? So Caleb is like, "Let's go." So we're paddling. Mind you, we don't know what we're doing. Caleb is going right, I'm going left, and mind you have to do it the same. It's like this is a perfect like team exercise, because so that you guys are rowing the same way. Okay, so we get to the middle of the so there's different springs, right? And you can, when you look down, you're gonna know that it's like you're on a spring, because the water is really, really light blue. All of a sudden, Vic is like, my kayak is getting water. And I'm like, "What?" Like, you see the back down, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is a Titanic moment right now. He is going to sink." So there was another person with him, and they were like, "Okay, let's try to paddle back to the front of the where we started." Mind you, I'm with the other kids. And so he's paddling back to the front, and we going on our merry way to the opposite side. So here I am trying to grab footage for you guys. And Caleb, my poor Caleb, he's doing all the work. You see him just like his little self trying to get us to the rowing and all this other stuff, right? So I text Victor, I'm like, yo, where you at? And he was like, I am soaking wet. The whole boat went like Titanic, basically, okay? He was in the water. The water. Poor Malachi. I'm telling you, it was a Jack and Rose situation because the guy with the paddleboard, he grabbed Malachi. So Malachi is like hanging on for dear life because he got wet too. And all you hear, because Victor had the GoPro, you guys are gonna see this in the when we put it on YouTube. Victor is his whole body is submerged into the water, and the water, they say it's 72 degrees, but he said that was like more in the 60s. And it's scary, right? Because it's like, okay, there's snakes, there's poisonous snakes at that, there's gators and things like that. So thank God where he ended up sinking, there was kind of like a bridge, so he had to go through like a little bit of marsh to get to the land. And me and the kids are just having the time of our lives, looking at gators, looking at turtles and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, it was a time was had. It was my poor husband though. He was soaked. He had to go to Walmart. He had to get some clothes for him and Malachi. But guys, when you guys see that, I highly encourage it. Unfortunately we didn't see any wild monkeys. They're wild, so they just living their best life. We're doing whatever they want to do. And then what else? We didn't see any manatees. And we seen a lot of turtles. We seen I think like 2 decently sized gators, but we seen a lot of baby gators. We didn't see any snakes, and we saw a lot of birds, but it was a lot of fun. We also had planned to do the glass bottom boat tour, but Victor was already like wet, and he was in the car waiting for us, and he was like, no, I want to go home. So we didn't get to do that. But have you guys been kayaking before? It's serious. It's a workout too. My arms were hurting. Caleb's arms was working hard overtime. All right. You guys know that I've been saying about hometown heroes. Hometown heroes, remember, they give you up to 5% of the loan amount, not to exceed $35,000. It's going to give you the basically your down payment and a little bit towards your closing costs. You have to be a first-time home buyer. You have to work at least 35 hours per week. You cannot be on fixed income. What else? First-time home buyer. So that's a good program. It's considered a second silent mortgage. No interest on it. It doesn't get paid back until you are done paying your 30-year mortgage. You refinance, you sell the house, or you end up renting it out. So remember, right now, I think Friday, the 38 million was left. I do have clients that are they just got pre-approved, and they are wanting to utilize the hometown hero. So I'm super excited for them. I was also thinking, I think would be what's going on with the Marion Oaks area. What do you mean what's going on? A lot of growth is happening in Marion Oaks. A lot. Supposedly a Kroger is coming to Marion Oaks. I don't know if that is 100% accurate. I will definitely let you know if there's a Kroger coming. That is very, very, very exciting. But the growth is happening. I'm telling you, now is the time to get in. The growth is happening in Ocala. Oh, so what I wanted to ask you, I think it would be super beneficial to have maybe one of my partner preferred lenders on the live, so that you can get, information from the quote unquote horse's mouth, no pun intended. But they are more, of course, versed in like interest rates and the different loan options and things like that, debt to income ratios. So I think that would be a great idea. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm looking to move in a year. Is that too early to start the process? I mean, I feel like you should definitely have an idea of where you want to be as far as the location. You definitely want to have an idea of what you qualify for as well, just so that it could give you a better idea as well. They will talk about this for years to come and beyond around the kitchen island. You already know. We had a blast, a blast. It was amazing. I felt so much gratitude in my heart to be able to do that with the kids. Even this past weekend, my in-laws, so as many of you know, my three of my children are adopted through foster care, and then three of them are biologically mine. And so, most days, most days, the ones that are adopted take a lot, like literally suck out the energy from us. They require a lot of attention, right? So that it takes away from my biological boys. So what we did was my in-laws went ahead, and she my mother-in-law was like, give me 3 kids. Because listen, if you don't know, if you have not took care of 6 kids all at once, 3 being like, oh, really hyper and just go 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 go, never tired, right? Always making not the right decisions. You only gonna take 3. So she was like, give me 3 of the kids. So I said, okay. So I looked at Victor and I was like, we're gonna give her Malachi, definitely, because Malachi, ooh, that boy has not been listening. You guys need to get on him because he has not been listening. All right. So make sure, because he's gonna be in a lot of my videos coming up within the next couple of months, because we are actually going to be homeschooling him because he got kicked out of school. Yeah, he's 7 and he got kicked out of school. Even though the school was amazing and gave him multiple chances, because she knows that we trying our best and we have 6 kids in the school. But the last that's it. They were like, I'm sorry. So we're going to try homeschool. So he's going to be in a lot of the videos. You guys need to leave comments because they all read the comments. I'm going to tell you that. So don't be nasty on my comments because my kids read them. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So, but leave comments and let him know how important it is to listen to your parents, listen, do good, and how important school is. Because when I tell you. So anyways, so she took Malachi, Catalina, and Cassidy. So then we were left with Eli, Aiden, and Caleb. So we just, honestly, this weekend, we just like loved on them, did what we could. So Friday night, we went to go eat. We went to Sunset Park, which is in Kissimmee. It's a really good spot to go to. Like if you're on vacation here, definitely. It's called like Margaritaville Sunset Walk. They have Studio Movie Girl, which is my favorite movie theater in all of Florida. They have a bunch of different restaurants. They have some shopping. Of course, you have like your Targets, your Burlington, your Rosses, and all that stuff. So we went to a Korean hot pot. And I've been to one. Vic has been to one, but the boys have never been to one. So I figured I want to do something that they haven't done. I guess that was this week's theme. So we went there. They had a blast. Eli loves to freaking eat. So he was fixated on the chicken wings, and that boy ate like 20 wings, no lie. Then we went to go get Cold Stone ice cream. And just like walking with the ice cream, just being like relaxed, it was such a vibe. Super, we were good. Then the next day we went to Dave and Buster's because they love them some Dave and Buster's. They like to eat there. So that was good. So we went to the mall. Like you guys are not gonna catch me at the mall with 6 kids, but with the 3, we were good. And the boys were like, oh, this is what a mall looks like. I'm like, oh my gosh. And do I have my children living in a bubble? Okay, hold on. So what's going on in the Marion Oaks area? As I mentioned, a lot of growth is happening, what high schools are around there. So most likely, I know that they're talking about building another high school, but most likely, depending on where in Marion Oaks you live, high school would be Dunellen High School or Westport High School. Does Marion Oaks have 1 acre lot homes? They do not. They don't often come up for sale, but there are 1 acre lots. So what we did a couple of months ago, they had an acre lot at, there was a 4-2 at $339,000. But there are some acre lots that builder that I did a video on his house, Zorn Construction. He buys a lot of the acre lots and he builds on them. But there are acre lots, yes. A lender, great idea. Yeah, I definitely think a lot of people, I forgot who mentioned it as well, that would be a great idea to have a lender a part of this so that you can just get educated more, right? There's no such thing as too much information or too much value, right? Hi Dee. Okay, I'm looking for a cash buy, but I need it to be at least a 4-3. We have 4 kids. Okay, and under 300,000. You're not going to find a 4-3 under 300,000, not new construction. So you could find one just a little bit more, like maybe 309, 312. You can find that. Oop. But I haven't seen a 4-3. 4-2s, yes, under 300,000 I've seen, but a 4-3 I have not seen under 300,000, not now. Hi, Alexa. It's actually Alexis. I get that a lot. I think everybody gets confused with Alexa. What is it called? Like the home, like Alexa. Hi, like
Yeah, the Amazon.
Amazon, the Amazon system. But it's Alexis with an IS. I'm interested in USDA loan. Just would like to know what area qualifies close to major cities, Tampa, Orlando, and West Palm Beach. So it just depends, right? Because so a lot of Ocala qualifies for USDA. There's some areas in like Kane City, Winter Haven, Sebring that qualify for USDA loan. It just depends on the area because sometimes like Winter Haven, all of Winter Haven is not going to qualify for USDA, but there are some pockets that will qualify for USDA. So no, the Sunset Walk that I was telling you about, it's actually in Kissimmee, zip code 34747. So if you're ever, a lot of people who like to come to visit and for Disney and things like that, they stay around that area, 34747, Old Town. So Sunset Walk is just a really good place. They have something, I don't know, I forgot what it was called. It's something similar to Dave and Buster's, but it's kind of like a arcade and you can eat there and things like that. Any fun pregnancy stores? I don't understand that. How much are the 4-2s with at least 500 square feet? So you are going to, let me see. Let's pull it up. So let's see. Oh, Malachi, come here.
Yes.
Come here. Look, your face is all dirty. Look, everybody said, look, read these comments. Everybody said that you have to be a good boy and you have to do good in school. You're going to be good in school? Well, you're going to be good at homeschool because you're going to be homeschooled, right? But they say school is very important that you got to listen. Okay? Say bye to everybody. All right. I was looking at, okay, hold on. This is how my life is. Let me see. 4-2. How much are the 4-2s? At least 5-4-2. Okay. So let's do that real quick. Let's check. Ocala. At least 1,500 square feet. Okay. So a 4-2, at least 1,500 square feet. The lowest priced in Ocala is going to be $279,900. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,580 square feet. Let's see. The bigger, the better. So let me see what's under 300. Oh, Eli is chefing it up. Smells good. Okay. So the biggest one I see under 300 is going to be Holiday Builders. So Holiday Builders has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,134 square feet, priced at $294,990. Now, keep in mind with Holiday Builders is that most of them, no, all of them in Marion Oaks, except the Cornerstone series. So this specific house, they are going to have all carpet everywhere. Okay, the dining room, the living room, everywhere is going to be carpet, and you're going to have laminate countertops and no refrigerator. Okay, that was at $294. It's a big house, right? But again, you're going to have carpet everywhere, and you're going to have laminate countertops. Okay. Yeah, tell Malachi. My Alexa started talking when you read that message. Mira, I tell you all the time. And even if I correct you, I'm not mad or anything, right? That like, don't be offended, because I'm not offended. I just want to make sure that you know that my name is not Alexa, it's Alexis. Yeah, tell Malachi, because I don't know what's gonna work. I don't know what's gonna work with that boy. It's hard. It is hard, but and that's, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. That's where grace comes into play, right? I feel like adopting them has made me such a more versatile mom, right? At this, like, having an autistic son, right? That taught me a lot of things, but then also having adopted children. Ooh, that looks good. He did his thing. It smells good. Let me show them. Let me show them what Eli did. Oh, wait, no, he's serving me right now. Oh, he's serving me right now? Okay. So having adopted children has made me, of course I have my moments, but for the most part, it's like having more grace, right? Because they weren't, they, number one, they weren't asked to come into this world, right? Number two, they weren't asked to have drugs in their system, right, when they were born. Number three, they weren't asked to be from home to home to home, neglect, abuse, and all that other stuff, right? So it's up to us now to love on them, right, as much as humanly possible, and show them the way. Can you come on camera, or no, you don't want to come on camera? Fine. You fine with you? You got a stain on your shirt though.
Pasta's too good.
The pasta's too good. Look, guys, look at this. It smells good. This is what Eli made. Wow, you're chefing it up, boy. Want to say hi to everybody? No, it's okay. You don't have to. I love you.
He's enjoying it too.
It smells so good, Poppy.
He's enjoying it too.
I know Daddy's enjoying it. So, so grace is definitely grace. You have to have grace. Okay, I'm getting off subject. Hello, I've been watching your houses and start liking the Ocala place, but I find there's tornadoes. Is it true? No. I haven't heard of a tornado or anything like that. I mean, there's of course we get hurricanes here in Florida, but right now we have a tropical storm and everybody's chilling. You see people driving, it's just raining and winds, nothing super like alarming. Love your content. I purchased the home in November last year. DR Horton in Cascades. I'm very familiar with Cascades. Didn't realize there would be so many renters in the neighborhood. I love I have the Hayden. I actually love the Hayden. So funny story is that when I went to purchase my house, as I always mention to you guys, when I purchased my house, I was like, number one, where the heck am I? I felt like I was in the boonies. Number two, it's not my forever home, right? So I went in knowing that, okay, this is not my forever home, but this is a starter. So we got the Roby, which is the one underneath the Hayden. I really, really wanted the Hayden because the Hayden is a little bit over 2,600 square feet. It has the flex space on the bottom. It has like a little loft on the top, right? So I wanted that one. But when I was looking, that one wasn't available. So I got the Roby, and then I ended up getting a 1.99 interest rate. And my Roby at that time cost $306,000. Yes, you heard that right. Now it's going for 450 and above in this area, right? So that's why I always say is like, you start off with a starter home. Just know that it's not your forever home. So I made tweaks, right? When I first moved in, I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna have carpet in the freaking dining room. Like, that does not make any sense. Like, do you know who my kids are? So before we even moved in, we ripped up the carpet. We actually ripped up all the tile, the tile that was in the hallway and the kitchen, because I was like, I couldn't find that one. So we just ripped all of that up, and then we just laid new tile down, right? Upstairs, we had carpet everywhere, and we just little by little start saving, and we ripped up all the carpets, and we put flooring down. So okay. Mighty Belle, I'm so happy you feel better. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my goodness. So maybe Thursday. So this week is very, very hectic for me. I don't know. The weekend is better. Let me look at my calendar. Is that this week is very, very hectic because the kids are going back to school the following week. So this week we have a lot of orientations. And now that my oldest is in high school, he has his whole separate orientation and things like that. So I possibly could do Friday. I definitely can't do Thursday. I possibly not even Friday, because the Friday, yeah, I could do Saturday. But so I'm so happy you're feeling better though, Maribel. Carpet part sucks. It does. Can I rent it out with a mortgage of almost $2,900? That's gonna be tough. Because I don't know that you're gonna make any money. Especially because there's a lot of rentals in this area, and I've seen like even Roby's, Hayden's going for like 2,800. So I don't know that you would make money on that. I do like I know where Cascades are. The area is growing, right? You have the it used to be called Heart of Florida Hospital, but it's called Advent Health now. They're building a Miller's Air House right next to it. Listen, I think that building next to Miller's Air House is going to be a Starbucks. Let me know. I really do think it's going to be a Starbucks. But we have the cancer center there, 10,000 square foot and brand new cancer center. So there's a lot of things coming up. I just don't think, you know what? Now I'm just very, very intrigued. So give me guys a second. Let me see how much the rentals are going there. 1 minute. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, because look, this is, I mean, maybe, right? So I see a 5.2 in Cascades for on the market to rent for 2,500. I see another 5.2 for 2,600. I see another 5.2 for 2,700. I see a 5.3 for 2,750, and then I see a 6.3 for $3,500. So I feel like there's still a lot to rent. I mean, your house is bigger than the 5.2s. I just don't see you getting any more than that $2,900. Okay. The holiday builder home was almost 295,000. Oh yeah, Rocket is all in the mix. He's right here. Look, Rocket is just like, I never knew small dogs were just so clingy, and this is like, if he could just be like this all day with me, he will, right? And he stays like that with his little paws like that. Look, he stays just like that. Okay. Are you willing to work with my realtor that's going to be selling my Are you willing to work with my realtor that's going to sell my house in Port St. Lucie to be able to buy in Marion Oaks? So what do you mean by working with them? So I will be more than happy to communicate with them. Like, so for example, I have clients who are I absolutely, if you guys are on here, Paul and Maureen, I absolutely adore you guys. Like, adore you guys. They are going to be selling their house in Cape Cod and moving down here, right? And so I'm in contact with their realtor down there, well, up there, just to make sure that we're on the same page. When are you listing the home? When are you going under contract, right? When is it set to close? Okay, because this one is contingent upon that sale of that home, right? So we have to make sure that we're in communications and we're on the same page if we need to pivot, right? So I have another client who's moving from Connecticut to Ocala, and my poor girl, oh my gosh. And this is what I say, like, realtors, like, don't get it twisted. Some stuff happens in the deal and it's like, what? Like, where did that freaking come from? Like that, right? And so it's about how you adjust. You know, you adjust, you come up with a different game plan, and let's go. So I have this, oh my gosh, I absolutely love her. She has been through like she's on her fourth different buyer for the sale of her condo in Connecticut. And I'm like, oh, like we don't have control over certain things, right? So it's okay. It's okay. We got this. Like, we're gonna adjust. Thank God that the listing agent for the house that she's under contract here is actually one of the owners of the house. So she's like, I know things happen, right? Like, don't worry about it. We're on our like third extension right now. And this is what I mean, is that I had no control over her buyer in Connecticut, right? And it's about how we adjust and how, like, we have to come up with a different game plan, and then we got you. That's all that we have to, that's all that has to happen, right? You need to be positive. We need to come, because drowning in sorrow is not going to do anything for you. It's not good for you. It's not good for your mental. It's not good for people around you. And it's not going to fix the situation. So what we need to do is we need to come together, collaborate, and let's see what's going to happen. So yes, the answer to is that we definitely, if you want to work with me here at the Evolve Estates Group, I would definitely be in contact with the realtor that's helping you sell your home in Port St. Lucie, so that we can make sure that we're on the same page and have as smooth of a closing as possible. Absolutely. Things happen, but again, we adjust. I got you. Love it when you say that. Thank you. We bought our home with all carpet in 2015 for $80,000. We put porcelain. Oh, I have a lot of clients who love porcelain tile. I want to use this equity to buy a cash home in Marion Oaks, but I don't want to deal with banks. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I always say, like, that's something little by little that could change. If you like the floor plan, if that works for you, the structure works for you, the lot works for you, because those are things you can't change, right? You can't change the structure unless you're going to spend a lot of money. You can't change the lot, right? So if everything else works for you besides inside the house, the carpet, the laminate, that gets done 1, 2, 3 later on, right? It doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3 unless you want it to be 1, 2, 3. I got you on the Starbucks, not trying to, no money, just want to cover the cost. so I can find me a new house somewhere else. Yeah, it's a little tricky. It's gonna be a little tricky, especially like that 2,900. Not saying it's not possible, right? Maybe you have a fenced yard. Maybe you have a filtration system that's gonna be like, okay, maybe you have solar panels that somebody, doesn't have a light bill, but then you're gonna add to the rent because they're not gonna have a light bill, right? So definitely. Saturday at 12, we're living Friday. See you on Saturday. Yes, Maribel, I cannot wait to see you. I'm so happy that you're feeling better. I absolutely listen. This is why I love YouTube. I'm getting goosebumps again. I love YouTube because I rock with you guys. Like you guys rock with me. I absolutely love that. And again, there's still people who call me because they like me and they watch my videos, but then don't want to sign a buyer broker agreement or reluctant on that. And that's okay, guys, but you're not going to be able to work with me. We have to be committed to each other. Have to. I don't do the whole, no, we don't, I don't do the whole dating. We going into a partnership right then and there. Okay, Stacy, I'll definitely be on the lookout. My phone died. All right. Alexis, are there 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, at least 2-car garage for under 400,000 in Ocala? Absolutely. You have a few different options. I like the 3 baths as well. I feel like it makes a big difference. So yeah, my wife likes that holiday home square footage. Yeah, I mean, that's why I brought it up, right? Because if you're looking at the square footage, that makes a big difference for your family, right? Then I definitely, where's the phone? Oh, I definitely, agree that that's going to be a better option for you. I got fence and a huge patio. Gutters. I mean, gutters is not going to really make a big deal for them, right? But that's as a homeowner, because they don't care if your foundation is getting messed up or not, right? But the fence is a big, huge thing. Huge patio, that's good as well, right? So that's something that we can see. It may sit on the market as at $2,900. It may not, right? Because you're still about 300 square feet above those other ones, so it could possibly work. Commitment. Yes, commitment. Seriously, as you can see, I say this every week, I put a lot of energy, time, resources, knowledge. You know how much knowledge I have? Like, I need a commitment. That you want to work with us. You want the best deal, the best protection, right? And then sometimes, and I actually want to harp on this. Let's talk about this real quick. Sometimes the best deal is what you're getting, right? I feel like there's people who just want more. And that's it's okay to want more, but you also have to think about, okay, what am I actually getting? So there's sometimes where it's like, okay, like for example, DR Horton, right? DR Horton is offering some really freaking good incentives. Like, so I got, we went under contract with Morales family this week, and they are getting a 5-bed. Hecky, for Christ, don't get upset when I tell you this right now, okay? Don't get upset. They're getting the Hayden, which is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. It has a loft. It has a flex space. They're getting it for $333,000. It's in Bellevue, which is just right outside of Ocala. But they're getting most of their closing costs, if not all their closing costs, paid. And they're getting a really, really good interest rate, like 4.875 fixed for the 30 years, right? And so that is a really, really, really good deal. Like, how much more can I get you from that? Maybe $1,000 off of the purchase price, but that's already like that in itself is really, really good, right? So it's always kind of like, okay, like let's see what you could have had and what we're getting you, is that let's see, Alexis, are there any 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage in Winter Garden? Oh yeah, there's many. So it's gonna depend on the price, because Winter Garden is I'm gonna tell you right now. Are you I think you like new construction from the last time that you commented. So let me pull it up. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, new construction, and we're gonna do winter garden. I'll tell you what the lowest priced one is. And it's a townhome. So the lowest priced townhome, 4 bedroom, 3 bath. Oh, wait, hold on. No, because that's, give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2 car garage, 1750 square feet in Winter Garden, priced at $456,990. Now, if you want a single family home, the lowest single family home is a 4 bedroom, 3 bath. I'm sorry. For a 4 bedroom, 3 bath single family home, 2,023 square foot, the lowest price in Winter Garden is going to be $542,110. So single family. So you're looking at that 524. So the Holiday Home Builder, let me go back. Let me see. So the Holiday Home Builder, it's actually set to be completed in the end of September. So it's not 100% complete yet. Let me see if I see another one. Yeah, there's another one at 296, and that one's going to be done at the end of October. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. So, all right. It's expensive in Winter Garden. That's what I had mentioned to you last week. I think it was last week when you were asking about that. Yeah, Winter Garden, you're definitely paying for the area. So this week, we have 2 new videos dropping. You guys know it's every Monday and Tuesday. Monday is going to be in Auburndale, Florida. We are covering a 4 bedroom, 3 bath home plus an office in a gated community where it's fairly low HOA and no CDD. But what I love about this community is what it offers, right? So this community is basically like a custom home community. You can buy a lot and build on it as well, right? So they have several different lots that you can buy, but there's several different homes that are for sale. This community has 3 different pools. It has basketball courts, tennis courts. It also has like a boat ramp so that you can go out onto the water. Lake Van is there. That's where you can go. So that's what we're covering tomorrow. And then Tuesday, what are we covering in Tuesday? I'm trying to think. What are we doing Tuesday? Oh my gosh. What are we doing Tuesday? No, the house. Victor said nails. Yes, I'm getting my nails done on Tuesday, but I'm trying to think of the house. Oh, yes. So Tuesday we are doing we're in Denellen, which is we're just outside of Ocala. We did a community called Juliet Falls. It's a golf community. It's gated, very, very, very freaking beautiful. Lower HOA. It's $110 a month, but we covered this 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an office with a private pool, jacuzzi, and it's on half of an acre. So you'll see that on Tuesday. And then Monday will be in Auburndale, and then we're gonna have to work for next week. But definitely, like I always say, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way for us. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the time October comes, even end of October. Okay, I'm okay with end of October. So definitely help me get that. I believe I think we're at like 7,300 right now. It's possible, guys, with you all. So I'm super excited about that. Again, we are coming up with the new YouTube channel, which is going to be Sunshine State Living. And we're gonna have some really cool stuff with that. Be on the lookout too. We're doing a whole rebrand of the Evolve Estates group. My whole brand, my whole goal is evolution, right? Not only in real estate but life itself. And so we are just elevating our whole brand. Of course, is still gonna have a butterfly because you guys know that I absolutely love butterflies. So I'm super excited for that. Stay tuned. Let me see. Any new home horror stories? Wow, that's a good question. There's always a lesson learned, I feel, in a transaction. Thank you so much, Stacy, for subscribing. It makes a big difference. I absolutely love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any new home horror stories? Let me think about this. I think the most difficult transaction was with, and I can't speak on them, right? I can't say the name or whatever, but I had a family actually from Staten Island, New York. I didn't know them like that, even though we both live on the island, but they contacted me, and they were very specific in the house that they wanted. And although I try not to, oh no, nope, I can't even say that. Nope. So they decided to go with this house, this builder. And when I tell you, like, literally, there was blue and green tape everywhere, and it was still there the day of closing. And this builder was like, they have to close. They have to close on this house because this house is still habitable. And that was one of the worst transactions I've ever freaking had with, and it was the freaking builder. And I was like, oh my gosh, like literally blue and green tape everywhere. Like there was still stuff that needed to get done. And they were like, well, it's going to get done, but they still have to close on this house today. Like we're not extending it. And they were even like, if they don't want to close on this house, then they're going to lose their deposit and all this other stuff. So it was really, that was one of my worst transactions. I didn't care for that at all. My daughter bought a house, babe. My daughter bought a house from Lennar in Orlando, and with several problems with the house. Yep. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Although, like I always say, if you really, 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 really like if you really like a floor plan and you're not big on the builder, you've heard horror stories on the builder and things like that, I always recommend to do an outside inspection company, right? But sometimes it's kind of like, Regarding fences, what communities let you add a fence all around the house, especially the front of the house? I'm big on security. Well, I don't think any community is going to allow you to put a fence in front of the house. Like normally they start from the front, where the house starts, like the actual house starts. I don't know that they're gonna allow you to put like a really big fence like on your first lot line where the house is not even, like the actual house is not. So that's definitely a great question, but it's gonna vary on different communities. Are termites ever a problem? I personally haven't experienced any problems with termites. So a lot of the maybe on like resale homes or older homes, right? So the only termite problem that I had was actually with, not even with the house, but it was actually with the shed. And with this particular family, my clients had a VA loan, right? So when I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're using a VA loan, you have to have a wood destroying organism inspection, right? So the actual house was good, right? But then the shed had evidence of wood destroying organisms. So they had to get that fixed. So what happened is that they actually the seller just fixed it. It wasn't a lot of money to fix, but that was the only hold on. That was really the only problem. So a lot of when you buy new construction, you're going to see these little green caps all throughout like the exterior of the home. And so that basically is kind of like termite protection. And so it's a termite bond that they install when they're building the house, right? So that you can always upkeep it with, having like Massey spray some things as well. But as far as new homes, no, I haven't had any issues. Fred said, my first home I purchased was from DR Horton, and very good home, never had any problems. So I actually have a DR Horton home, and I can't say that I've had like really, really big issues, to be honest with you. And again, I feel like, I mean, there's always stuff that's gonna happen, right? Like I feel like in the sense of like some people are not gonna have a good experience, some are. Like for me personally, I have a DR Horton home, and I can't say that there's anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wish I never bought this house type of thing. The first year we had really bad AC problems, but it was covered on the warranty. They got it fixed, so it wasn't really a big issue. Yeah, I mean, just the whole rugs in the dining room, we had to take care of that ourselves because the house comes as is, so they're not going to make any modifications. I still have laminate countertops in my house because I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need quartz right now, right? It's a countertop, and it is what it is. I'm not like harped on that right now. This is going to end up being a rental anyway because I want to custom build my home, especially with just having such a big family and the dogs and things like that. We definitely want some lands and to build a custom home. So when I'm ready to make this a rental, then we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll probably do the kitchen counters and stuff. So yeah, I agree with you, Fred. DR Horton, I haven't, me personally or my clients who have purchased DR Horton homes have really had any issues or anything like that. I mean, honestly, it's affordable, right? So, is it like quality like freaking Toll Brothers? No, but it's also not $1 million home, So, I mean, it does the job, right? That's how I feel about it. It does the job. If you need an affordable home, I think DR Horton is definitely an option. Do they have like the shells in the bathrooms? Yeah, I have shells in my bathroom, but you know what? I'm going to take a bath and I'm coming out. It's not a really big deal for me now, especially like I told you guys, this is a starter home for us. This is not my forever home. And do I see myself like updating the bathrooms with like the wall tiles and all that? No, because this is gonna be I'm gonna turn this into a rental. So I'm not gonna spend money that is not really gonna make a big difference in rental, right? If I was reselling it, then that's a whole nother topic. But for a rental, we leaving that shell in there. What? My husband is looking at me like my husband wants to take out the shell, and because somebody in the community had their tile, their shower, they took out the shell and put in tile, and it's a much bigger shower now. So my husband wants to do it, and I'm like, no, for what? Why am I going to spend $10,000-$15,000 on a shower when this is going to end up a rental? No. Lennar homes are made with some kind of pressed paper type of wood. So Lennar homes, so here in like, okay, so in Davenport, Haines City, like not Ocala, right? They build block homes on the first floor, and then the second floor is wood frame. Only a certain amount of builders build block both on the bottom and on the top. And that's what I do like about DR Horton is DR Horton's second floor is block as well. So, but now most of the homes in Ocala for Lennar, they are the wood frame, correct? So they said Lennar homes are built with plywood and fiberboard. I don't know how that's even legal in a hurricane state of Florida. I mean, you know, they're definitely building to code. If not, they wouldn't get a CO, which is certificate of occupancy. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if I had me personally, I like block versus wood. I like block versus wood. How about you guys? Would you guys even care? Or I feel like most of the homes most of the homes in New York are block, right? No? Stick? Oh, but the brownstones are in Brooklyn
were built in the early 1900s, so they were built with brick.
with
But
brick.
that's why you see most of their facades falling off, most of the brick frontage falling off, because it's literally peeling away from the actual structure of the home.
Okay, where you guys live, do you live in a block home or a framed home? Does it matter to you? Let me know. I'm curious now. Man, I can't believe my oldest baby is going into high school. It's called Tropical Storm Debbie. It's Debbie, babe. You said what a B.
I thought it was a B. It
No, a D. Debbie. But we just have rain. It's not even like, it's really not that serious. But we have a very, very packed week this week. We're trying to get the kids ready for school. We got haircuts, we got orientations, we have filming. You guys know that this is what we do. We love you guys. Termites ate my entire stair and all the baseboards. I had to replace it. It was my first experience with termites. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me try this pasta real quick and tell you guys how great my baby did. Hold on. I'm so proud of him. I if it's one thing about me is that I'm gonna encourage my kids like no other. Aiden, ooh, let me tell y'all about Aiden real quick. He did a really good job. Aiden went to the doctor's and that boy gained 25 pounds from April to now. He's like me. He likes that. He likes the cakes. He likes the cookies. And so he was like, I think that was for him was like the point of like, no, that's it. So he's been very conscious of what he's eating and stuff like that. So I went to Publix and I did him a little compra. I got him like protein drinks. I got him veggies. I got him some like of those protein snacks. Because if it's one thing about me is that I am going to support them to the end of it. Like, oh, you really like that? I'm gonna get you in every color that you want. Like that's the type of mom I am. Let me see. Here in Naples, all our blocks from as far as I know. Okay. Block all the way for me. Our current home is wood frames. 1972. Wow. What city would you recommend? Jacksonville or Tampa or Haines City new construction? So it just depends on do you want to be up more north or so as far as I really do like Tampa. Or I like Haines City because it's not far from Tampa, but Tampa is a vibe. Like seriously, we went to go eat lunch because my assistant actually lives near Tampa. So we went to eat lunch there a couple of weeks ago and it is a vibe. I absolutely freaking love it. So if you like Tampa, I also have another client who is he lives in Georgia, but he's from up north as well, and he's like, oh man, Tampa all the way. Like literally, if you guys can experience Tampa, is definitely I really really like it. So I do like the Haines City area. I think is growing. The prices is still very very low, but I do know that I know in my heart that the prices are definitely going to increase. So I do like Haines City. And I like Tampa too. But of course, like even the surrounding cities, you're going to pay more for the house versus like Haines City, right? Which Haines City is only about an hour to Tampa. That's not a bad drive at all. Aiden Sweet Tooth. Oh yeah, that boy loves bread. Like literally, like he will make himself a pancake and a waffle. I'm like, boy, and that's it. And I'm like, how about you eat a pancake with some eggs, some bacon, or something like that, right? Like, but I'm so proud of him right now. Do you know anything about the Port St. Lucie area sales? Are people looking and buying in this area? I do. There are people who are looking into the Port St. Lucie area. I know that prices have risen in the Port St. Lucie area. So just keep in mind is that right now it's like we're kind of like headed into or like in smooth, like kind of like in a buyer's market right now. So homes are staying a little bit longer on the market, so always keep that in mind as well. But now that the interest rates are like slowly decreasing, I do think that the houses are going to move fairly quicker. But yeah, there's we're kind of in a buyer's market right now. That basically means is that there's more inventory, right? And so it's not like COVID years where we were in a seller's market. There was hardly any inventory. Sellers were like, you want what? You want $1? No, thank you. When another person was giving me $50,000 over appraisal, not even getting appraisal, waiving inspection period and all that. Yeah. So now there's definitely room to negotiate. Okay, I live in Broward. We almost bought a palm model from Richmond American last week and in Haines, but we had. Wait, what? I live in Broward. We almost bought a palm model from Richmond American last weekend in Haines, but we had cows in the backyard. I'm used to the Broward City living. Are you familiar with Ruskin? Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. I'm just curious now. You guys know that I keep it 100%, and I'm gonna ask some questions because I'm a curious person. So you went to Richmond American last week in Haines City. Now, have you been following me prior to then, or like did you just see my YouTube? Because I'm just kind of wondering why you went to a new construction community without outside representation. As I always say in my videos, definitely do not go to a new construction home without your agent. So I'm curious, and I'm putting you on the spot, B Noble. And which community was it? It kind of sounds like it was Forest Creek. If there was cows in the back. I'm waiting for your answer. I'm just curious. You guys know. Remember that guy I told you about that I saw in Lowe's, and he was like, he knew me from my YouTube, but just bought a house. I'm like, make it make sense. Why you didn't call me? Did you have another realtor? If you had another realtor, then that's okay. But I'm just curious. I do like the palm model, but that I want to say it was Forest Creek. If it was Forest Creek, damn, I'm good. Because that's the only one that I can think about that would have cows in the back. See, I'm such a beast. I have seen your video a few times. Yes, I did go with my realtor named Debbie. And yes, it was Forest Creek. You are good. Thank you. Okay. You have a pass. You have your own realtor. That's okay. As long as you have an outside representation that you are, you vibe with Debbie, that's your go-to, then that's not for me to say anything on, right? I just want to make sure that you're good and you have somebody. But I am good. I knew it. I'm like, see, that's why I say I knew it was Forest Creek, guys. I know Florida. I know Central Florida. I know Ocala. I know I'm very familiar. That's why I tell you guys all the time that I love doing the tours and the and the tours on YouTube, right? Because this allows me to be boots on the ground and I know these areas. I know the different builders. I know the different builders. I know the different floor plans. I know the different communities. Guys, he didn't even tell me. Like, all he had to say was Haines City Cows. I already knew where he was at. And this is why I say, and not to como, oh my gosh, let's do this real quick. You know how I could only speak on Spanish, like family and Spanish parents, but I'll tell you one thing. There was one time I was in my cousin's house and my grandma told me, if you keep running, mira, Rocket, you too loose. You're about to eat my food. Stop. My grandma would tell me, if you keep running and you hit and you get hurt, I'm going to hit you on top of that, right? Oh, she did. I don't know if you guys see. Where is it? Right here. So I was running in my cousin's house and we were playing tag. Look, I have a scar right here. And I opened the door and there was a board for the bunk bed and the nail was sticking out and it just went bang. And I was like, right, like you guys see it right there. So I was bleeding. I was on the floor bleeding, crying, and my grandma's hitting me. She's like, didn't I tell you? So I'm not trying to like be like that, like, didn't I tell you type thing. But this is what I mean as far as why I do a you have to be committed to working with me because I got you. Like, when I literally say I got you, right? So we have to be in a partnership because I don't got you if you don't got me, right? At the end of the day, this is how I feed my family, right? So I can't be dating and trying to, we need to be in a partnership. We need to be committed. You need to want to work with me and vice versa. And like I say, I got your back. I got you, right? And again, things come up in the transaction that sometimes I'm like, what the heck? Like, okay, so how we're gonna adjust now, right? Like, what do we need to do to adjust? Because like I said, I don't have control over everything, right? But I have control over most, and I'm gonna do the absolute best that I can and get you the absolute best deal. But this is why it just goes back to why I need commitment. Look at this. I know my stuff. I already know what he was talking about. We seen YouTube last year on Facebook. Yeah, I need to check my Facebook, honestly. Being on YouTube, I'm not on social media, like especially Facebook, Instagram, and all that. But this is why we're getting organized in the sense of we have a community. We have a social media manager now, so we can make sure that we are answering like Facebook messages and stuff like that. But honestly, the best way to reach out to me is going to be in my Calendly link because that's direct, right? You're on my calendar and we're gonna connect. B Noble said, Debbie wasn't hands-on though. I knew more than her, it seems like. Okay. So where did you meet Debbie? And this is why you need the commitment because you know your stuff. Thank you, Katrina. Like, and I'm not cocky or anything like that, right? I'm the most humble, transparent person you ever see. But what I don't play with is my money and my relationships, right? Like, you guys know this. I got 6 kids to feed. We're on one house income. Like, I need commitment. And of course, I'm going to get you the best absolute deal possible. I got you. I work for you. Yo, I got Hope, which is one of my German shepherds. She's like on my lap, like her head is on my lap because she smells Elias's food. And then I got Rocket being the cutest little thingy ever. He's like, Mommy, you gonna like what's going on? So B Noble, I'm just curious, how did you meet your realtor? Like let me know. I'm just, again, as you can see, is that I'm a very, very curious person. I like to ask questions. I like to have a better understanding, right? So B Noble went to Richmond American. He went to Forest Creek Community, and he had a realtor already, which is completely fine. Like I said, that's one thing about me is that I'm not going to talk bad about an agent. There's not very many good ones out there. There's not a lot of good ones out there, but there are a lot of good ones out there, if that makes any sense. But that's one thing, like, Basically, I seen her info just looking up DR Horton Homes. Okay. I understand. So, but definitely good luck, right? Like, I feel like the agent I started off brand new, right? And I didn't know much. And thankfully I had a lot of clients in my very beginning years that gave me a lot of grace. And I'm so thankful for that, right? But you have to keep trekking and educating yourself and being on, immersing yourself in this real estate industry so that you can be that expert. You can be the real estate advisor and advising agents, but advising buyers and sellers as well, right? So we all start somewhere. And that's great that you're giving her, grace and things like that. I absolutely love that. Yep, I'm leaving. I'm off here. It's already an hour 24 minutes. I said I was gonna do 30 minutes again today, and we're already at an hour and a half. Fred said that's why I get in touch with you when I'm ready and my home is sold. Yes, Fred, we're waiting for you. Cosette, okay, love. Thanks again for another so informative episode. Have a blessed week and buen provecho. See you next Sunday. Yes. How long have you been a real estate agent? 5 years. 5 years. Super blessed. Veronica said, hey girl, question. Interested in buying a home in the next 18 months. What are the minimum income requirements for a $400,000 house? So it's gonna depend, right? Because the interest rate is also gonna depend on that. That's the income ratio, right? So stay tuned. What I'm gonna do next week, next Sunday, I'm gonna have one of my preferred mortgage lenders on here with me, and that would be a great question for her. She's gonna be able to give you a better idea of that. So that's gonna happen next Sunday. Guys, I hope you have a great week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. 2 videos coming out. Sunshine State Living. YouTube is gonna come out too, and you can do all things. Bye.